What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a preview, pre-recorded. So keep that in mind. It will drop probably after Allegri's presser. So we'll say things that will make no sense if you watch this video because I don't know, injuries and whatever. So keep that in mind. But I cannot record today, so I'm recording it. Actually, I'm recording it on Saturday, but it's 1 a.m. now, Saturday. But I cannot record it afterwards, so keep that in mind. But we play Milan. It's the biggest game of the season so far, without any shadow of a doubt. You know, it's a real test. It might not come in the perfect time, perfect moment, you might say, but it is what it is. You know, and it's time for Allegri to step up now because his record against the big six teams, especially away from home, is shocking, you know. And from being extremely nice, it's kind of embarrassing. It's really poor. It's bad. So we need to keep that in mind. But let's preview this game. Excuse me. Before I get into it, again, people are doing it. So thanks everybody who's paying attention to it. Like the video. Just click it now because it helps the channel massively. Like I cannot explain how it helps the channel. In terms of being out there, but like the video, subscribe, hit that bell notification as usual, and let's get into the preview. Okay, so Milan away, they're sitting first in the league. I think they lost one game and won 21 points, and we are sitting on 17, I guess, because we're 4 points behind. If anyone believes in the title, you can go two way. Like if you lose, it's done, or if you lose, you can still say it's too early, it's not done. You know, but I think this game is a big indication. You know, I usually don't like. I'm not usually a guy who says you cannot make no excuses, and I'm still being there, no excuses, because Milan are having issues, not our type of issues. I will give an Allegri an excuse for the crap that is happening at the club. Pogba and Fagioli, like that's not on him. Points deduction, that's madness. But playing style improvement, that's on him. And like I said in the intro, it's time that we start winning games against big top six teams, and especially away from home. Like we need to start doing that, and that's extremely key now. For the morale, you know, we play once a week, they play Champions League. Like we need to step up, you know, we need to really step up our game, and it starts on Sunday. You know, I think Milan are a good team. I like the players they have brought in. I know they're playing Mirante in goal because Magnon is suspended and Sportiello is injured. They're missing Theo Hernandez as well, so I think Florenzi will play there. Loftus-Cheek is still up in the air if he's going to play. I like Reinders. I think he's playing extremely well. You know, I think he's playing very good. Giroud is always Giroud. Pulisic, you know, it seems like he became a player now. Like going forward, they can cause damage, you know, and if you play with the intensity we played the last couple of games, it can look ugly really quickly, you know, or throughout 90 minutes. It could be a painful that or a quick that, whatever. I don't know which is worse, but like we need to find a way to slow them down while will be able to compete and actually offer something up front, because that's the biggest issue in my opinion. Like we up front, we don't offer nothing. You know, we're really poor. We don't scare teams. I don't think teams fear us if they play us defensively. I don't think they're like, oh my god, it's gonna be a long day. Like why would they? You know, we watch the game and there's no need to do that. But like I said, going forward, they're good. You can say defensively we're solid. You know, but the teams we played, like I'm not gonna really praise that. I'm not gonna really hold on to that because that's weird. You know, we played Atalanta side, we were good, but like they offered not really much. You know, Lecce, like absolutely nothing. Torino, absolutely nothing. So it's gonna be a completely different game, obviously. But we need to win. We need to start winning those games. Chiesa back in training. You know, will he play? Maybe a few minutes. I think Vlahovic will start. We'll go to the lineups, but this is the biggest test of the season, 100%. And it's been a very long time ever since I was nervous for a game. Like usually, I know the situation we're in, and I was like, I just watch the game and I'll take it in. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. I know it. I'm for once nervous because obviously I want to win the game as always. But this is it in terms of if we get embarrassed again, like we did, 2-0 and had absolutely nothing, like we didn't even cross midfield besides the first 10 minutes, then I will be coming on and I'll be like, there's absolutely no hope. Like, there is no hope because this is actually like 100% confirmation. This is who we are. This is the type of season we're going to have. We're going to get dominated a lot of games. We're going to win a bunch of games. We're going to lose ugly games. It's going to be one of those seasons. That's why I'm nervous, because if we win this game, I will have a better feeling. I'll be like, okay, we can do it. With the issues we have, we can still do it. We find a way to do it. There is something to, yeah, to look forward to in terms of I'm watching the games with a purpose. Not the purpose being I'm a fan, I'm just gonna watch it, tune in, but my expectations are so low that after the game, when the game is over, I don't have the buzz. I think everybody remembered when you won games, when you were winning titles, like even the post games, the social media with your friends, whatever. Throughout the week, it was fine. Like it was a buzz. You were excited. That can completely go on Saturday. It can completely go away. We need to put in a good performance, and I think we need to win that game. But let's go into let's call it predicted lineup. Let's call it predicted lineup, or what I would potentially do. I don't think there's much of a debate. Why is it not working? Okay. That's not okay. Okay, it's okay. It's Chesney in goal. Yeah, I don't want to dwell too long on it. It's Chesney in goal. It's Bremer. Um, it's Gatti, and obviously it's Rugani because Danilo is injured. Now I might have made a controversial statement, and I could have jinxed it, but I'm here. Like I'll play Danilo over Rugani. Like I'm not gonna be that guy. But I've also said that I don't think the drop off from Danilo to Rugani is that of the magnitude that I need to sit here and be like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? We're screwed." I don't think that's the situation. I don't think we should be looking at in that manner. For me, that's a situation when you go from Chiesa to Keane. Then I'm like, oh my god, this is really bad, because the drop off is big. I don't have that feeling with Rugani. Like Rugani can play a very solid game. The issue is the more he plays, the more deficiency he can see, or he can have the complete disaster game. I have trust that he will have a good game. I don't want to jinx it, but I have trust that he will play a solid game. That's just me. So it is what it is. Danilo is injured, and he will be injured for a good portion of probably until the next international break. So it's gonna be Rugani who needs to step up now, and knock on wood, there will be no other injuries. Excuse me. Midfield, I'm gonna do what I will do. It's Locatelli, or like what I would do / what I think is still realistic. I will say this: Rabiot, and I will start Miretti. Fajoli is gone. It's time for Miretti to really step up now. You can play McKennie in there, but I don't think the last game it was that effective. Because you put him in for those runs in the box because Vlahovic wasn't there. I don't think that really worked. Vlahovic is potentially going to be back. I think on the ball, it's blah. And you might say Miretti is blah as well at this moment in time. I 100% agree, but I expect more from him. I expect he needs to be that guy. He needs to turn in that guy that's going to offer something completely different than the other guys in that midfield, and he needs to do that now. That's the reality. So I will play Miretti. On the right hand side, I'm gonna play Vea. Because I think he deserves a start, and McKennie has done a good job, but offensively we need more. We need absolutely more, and I want to see that. I want to see Vea. I think he will offer more than McKennie. Maybe not as good defensively, or more discipline. I also call it discipline, especially if you hear Vea speak. He's saying, it's all defending. And you can see when you hear him speak, like I like to prefer, behind the strikers or up top. So he still has that attacking impulse, the love to play up front in him, and I think he's just gonna offer that more than McKennie, and we need something more based on the last two games. Um, Kostic is gonna play, and I can say play Cambiasso, I can say play. I will play Junior, I would. I want to see something more, but Kostic is gonna play. I think that's just extremely obvious now that Kostic is gonna play. So I'm gonna put Kostic there. Do I agree? No, not at all. Now up top is an extremely interesting one because Vlahovic, going off reports, he's good enough. And again, recording it before the presser, knock on wood. But last time I did it, somebody picked up an injury. So I'm gonna put Vlahovic in, and that might mess up what I think because he can put Miretti behind, and he could put Keane and whatever. Like he can mix it up big time. What I think he's gonna do is I think he's gonna play Keane and Vlahovic up top. I think that's what is gonna happen, and going off the last games, I would agree with that as well. To win this game, what I think needs to happen is, and I'm gonna ask a lot, and everybody knows how to play ratings. 7 is solid. You know, I think these guys are gonna need to have that type of game. Um, let me get this. That's a 6.5. I think this is what we need. That's a 6.5 as well. These are the type of games like we need to be solid at the back, but with attacking input. Like you need to offer something up front. I cannot see us. Like I don't want to see us sit back because we will struggle. Like, if we will go down in that type of game, I think we will struggle big time unless we have a set piece or whatever to get back into the game. I don't think we have the abilities to do that, to flip that switch and we're like, okay, now we go attacking. I don't think we are that team. So that's what I think. It needs to be solid up front. We need to take our chances, obviously, and that midfield needs to be good. I don't think it needs to be dominating that Milan side. It just needs to be in the game. It needs to be able to control portions of the game. Don't make mistakes. Don't put themselves in harm's way. Just be good enough. Just be acceptable. And I think that will do the trick. I don't think we need to dominate it for 90 minutes. You just need to pick up those moments because I do rate that midfield because like when I say I rate that midfield, I'm not like, oh my god, that's world class, the Milan midfield, but it's good. It's good. It's functional. It does what it needs to do, especially backing up that front line. So that's what I think. My prediction: I don't predict losses, but I'm not going to predict the win because I don't think we're going to win. I think it's going to be a 1-1, and I think Vlahovic will get the goal, but I can live with a 1-1 if I can see a very good performance where I'm like, okay, I can be fooled and I can say build on that, and we never build on that, but I can be like, okay, that's something. I can go away with a point, or we get, we're extremely unlucky. It is what it is. But if you sit back completely and you stink out the plays and you get a goal somehow, some way, but you should be down a couple of goals, I'll take the point, but I will be extremely disappointed. We need to offer something. We need to offer something in these games. But let me know in the comments what you think, prediction wise, lineup wise, your feelings of the game. What do you expect? What do you want to see? And like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back Sunday for the match reaction. Thanks for watching, everybody, and see you later. Ciao.